We are moving into a new warehouse and the owner said it has 480-volt power supply coming in. He said it is 3-phase, has 400 branches. Does that mean 3 400-amp branches? How many amps can I safely pull from this power supply?
Hello and welcome to Just Answer. My name is I will be happy to assist you with your electrical question. 1. A 480-volt supply power is very common for industrial applications. Yes, 480 volts is a 3-phase power supply. 2. The main switch gear or main circuit breaker disconnect will most likely be labeled as 400 amps. You would need to confirm this, although also a very common amp size. 3. If a 400 amp service, each of the 3 phases has a maximum capacity of 400 amps each.
Thank you, Kevin. So 400 amps each leg at 480 volts for a total of 1200 amps. How does that translate to available amps at 240? Also, I thought you weren't supposed to max it out, only use 3/4 of the available amps.
No problem, glad to assist. 1. Doesn't work that way. If a 400 amp service, each phase is also 400 amps and the total available amps into the building is also 400 amps. 2. Same principle as your home. If your home is a 200 amp service, each of the 2 hot phases are also 200 amps each, but the total service amps is also 200 amps. 3. The individual phase amps are not additive. 4. A step-down transformer is required to step down 480 volts down to 240 and/or 120 volts. 5. Hardwired loads are allowed to max out at the branch circuit breaker amperage. Only cord and plug connected loads at 120 volts are required to be 80% or less on the individual branch circuit breakers.
400 amps to use total no matter what voltage we step it down to. You provide a great service. First time here. I'll be back. Thank you.
1. That's correct. The main switch gear or main service disconnect breaker is the determining factor as to the quantity of available amps. If labeled as 400 amps, that is the maximum. Although, if the service entrance wires are larger which originate from the exterior utility transformer, it is possible that the amps to the building could be increased but a larger main panel breaker would be required to support this. Example. Many homes built in the 1980s or 1990s were only 100 amp service due to the main breaker being 100 amps. Yet, the service entrance wires from the utility were often increased in size to support a 200 amp service for future upgrades. If so, then only the service entrance wires from the utility overhead splices and the main panel needed to be changed out. I have performed numerous panel upgrades from 100 to 200 amps on single-family homes since the utility had already beefed up the cable from their transformer. If desiring to go to a higher amp service at the warehouse, you would need to confirm the wire sizes and wire type, either copper or aluminum, at the main switch gear or main breaker since this will determine or confirm if 400 amps is your maximum available service from the local electrical utility or if the main panel could be increased. If you have any additional questions, just let me know and I'll be glad to answer them for you. Otherwise, don't forget to rate me before you log off. Thanks. Kevin. Thank you for the positive service rating. Much appreciated. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Take care and have a great weekend. Thanks again. Kevin.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.